Hi, Bjorgvin. Thank you so much for joining. I would love to just jump straight in and for you to introduce yourself and tell a little bit about why you came to me and started working with me, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, so hi, I'm Bjorgvin. I'm an accountant. Just recently started my own accountancy firm where I help people understanding their figures a little bit better. The reason why I came to you was I had been working in the industry for 7 years now, and was getting a bit frustrated with my current job. Wasn't feeling really valued. Was having some um, questions of is this the correct path I'm going, working for people, or should I start my own business? And I was having some challenges about that. Um, and the reason why I came to you, Suzanne, was for that reason. Needed some clarity on where I should go next. And throughout the time we were working together, we had some really good conversations in depth about life and everything in between, and also where wanted to go, where my kind of passion in work was, and what sort of impact I wanted to have in work, and how I could help people out. And yeah, throughout our conversation, we kind of reached an answer to that question of, okay, this is what I want to do, and this is how I can do it. And the answer was in me leaving my employment role and going full time into running my own business. And yeah, can't say I regret that decision.
You do not regret that decision.
No, 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 it's been a really good decision.
It sounded almost like you say you can regret it. I just wanted everyone that's going to watch to be clear. And I love your story because I know you came to me because you wanted to get promoted and you were working through some things at work, and then you kind of got to, you were doing some accounting certifications, and we were working on that as well and helping you to, create some goals around that. And, in the work that we do, it's not just about career, but also other areas in your life that are a priority. And for you, it was health and personal growth. And we also created some, I guess, goals or balance around that as well. And what I love about your story is that, you had started looking at, if I can share, external opportunities, and but that didn't seem to really flow. And I share that because I feel like in your heart that wasn't the answer. The answer was, as you shared with me, that you for 10 years had already wanted to start your own business. And then it kind of, came to a head where you decided to leave the company, and now you've started your own business, and now we are even working together, and it's kind of like a
Yeah,
nice full circle. But
yeah,
yeah.
it is an interesting one because, like you say, yeah, we started working on that, and we started talking about, like you say, not just career, health, and the rest of it, because it's all connected in a way. And then once we've dug deep into understanding of it all, it came to light that, you know, the answer was in the next, working for somebody else at a different company under a different name or something, but still doing the same I was doing. The answer actually was, okay, let's start the business and do what I wanted at my own terms, not somebody else's terms. And then everything, all the things that are connected with it, health, career, happiness, whatever you name it, has then gone up because of that. Because, it looks like it was the correct decision.
Mhm.
And it looks like it is the correct decision.
Well, it better be because I'm working with you now. So I would love to hear what was the most impactful part of working together for you, and what did you enjoy about working together?
I think without sounding too, I don't know, without sounding too bad or anything like that, but I think accountability and having to have to answer like deep questions which you didn't even know you had to answer yourself. That just came out of the conversation. It wasn't that you were imposing the question per se on me. It was more just we were having a chat. I was complaining about stuff, or I was really happy about stuff, and just in the flow of the conversation, you would say something, and I'd go, actually, there's more to it than what you just said.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think that was my biggest takeaway was these thought-provoking um, questions, not questions, within the conversation, and then that then led me to reach where I am now because of how to do a fair amount of soul searching to be able to answer that question. And then yeah, I think that's my biggest takeaway of it was that
Mm.
within the conversation we had, there was not forced or anything like that, but there was this need to answer the questions that you kind of wanted. You needed to answer, but you didn't know that that question existed. If that
Mhm.
makes sense in any shape or form.
Yeah. And that's, I mean,
Yeah,
that's part of, the power of coaching and having someone to help like hold up a mirror and challenge you. It's asking the questions that you might, and seeing your blind spots, right? And it's asking the questions that you might not see yourself and allowing you to go, deeper within in order to get that clarity. So it sounds like that's been helpful in you
yeah.
getting the clarity that stepping out of where you were in your corporate job into setting up your own business, and then having the confidence to do so. And I know part of the end of our working together was helping you to, like, with the semantics of what do you need to do to set up the business, and the marketing side, and the social media, and some of the things, the journey that I've been through in my business. And
Yeah.
is there anything that you would add to that? Was How did that, how did that support you? Was that
I
beneficial?
mean, it was in a way invaluable because, as you know yourself, when you started your own business, you step out of corporate and start your own business. It can be a minefield, and
Mm,
and for some people, the minefield is how do I look after my money? Like how do I look after the finances? How do I make sure I'm tax
mm,
compliant and all those things? Now,
mm. That's where you
for
come
me,
in.
that was, that wasn't a problem for me. Like
Yeah,
that's what I do day in, day out. So
yeah,
that was fine. But it was all the other beautiful things, like, you know, the admin of actually running a job, the marketing, the
social
nitty
media.
gritty
Mm,
of doing it, the many hats you have to hold on to when you're doing it, and having someone every 2 weeks to sit down with and go, okay, this is where we are now. I have this challenge now. How, what do I do? Like, how do I
mm,
approach it? How did you approach it? And
mm,
then having someone who's done that transition themselves, um, can say, look, this is how I approached it. This is how I dealt with this challenge. This is how I did it. Um, I, you know, can't put money on that help alone because it's brilliant, and it helped me massively understanding it all, and just navigate these turbulent waters, that are the first few meters of starting your own business. So yeah, that was brilliant. And I can't say thank you well enough or often enough for that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's been an amazing journey working together. And so if I was to summarize, it sounds like, you came to me with a challenge. And I remember actually, one of the key things was, if I can share openly, that you felt like you kept making mistakes, and, you were kind of hitting this um, block, with your manager, and I think that was affecting motivation. And then, it was working through that. It was working through the course completion, then it was interviewing and job search, and then it was finally getting to, well, what is really your passion and what do you want to do? And rediscovering that passion, which is to set up your own accountancy business, and then stepping into that, and then that initial phase of, building the foundations in your business. And now look at where you are. You've got multiple clients, you're doing multiple things. So yeah.
Yeah. Look at me now. No, yeah, it comes down to, I think it was one of the first few conversations we had. I don't remember if it was in the first call we had as you know after I signed up, or if it was in the discovery call. But there we touched on the point of, if you actually put down a plan, or you don't even put down a plan, but if you focus on fixing the problem that's in front of you now, whatever that problem is, if you focus on just, I'm gonna break down this wall and move on to the next one, where you're standing now to where you're going to be standing in 6 months' time, it's going to be completely different. But because you put effort into fixing the problem you're facing now, you have that accountability to do that, you're going to be in a completely different place, and it's going to be fantastic. And like you look back 6 months' time and go like, wow, the problems I was dealing with then, they are minute to what I'm dealing with now, because now I'm dealing with the fun problems. I'm dealing with the problems I want to deal with because they're fun, because this is what I made. And yeah, that's, to summarize again what you said, like that's kind of what we've done. We've sat down, we've had our every 2 weeks meetings. We attacked the problem that was at hand. It was first my performance, bad luck thingy. We overcame that. Then it came a qualification, then came this and this and this and this and this. And now we're like, oh, we're both running a business. How can we make both of our business more successful? How can you help, how can we help each other going on? So it's fascinating.
Amazing. So if someone was considering working with me and joining the program, what would you say to them?
I would say accept that you are in a certain point at the moment with your life, whatever that is. Just accept that this is where you're at. But also accept the fact that by investing in yourself, and investing in the progress of looking into these things, that when it comes to the end of the working relationship, if we can call it like that, you're going to be facing different things. You're going to be looking at a different world. The outlook is going to be completely different. It's going to be to the better because you've put in the effort to make it better. And
So you're going to be in a better
even
place.
you're going to be in a better place, even though you might not be in a bad place now, but you're going to be in a better place because you've said, okay, this is where I'm now. I want to reach X. And then slowly and steadily reach the X. But that X could change, but it changes in the direction you want to go because you're working towards it.
Love it. Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
could be a new business.
Amazing. Well, it's been so, like, honestly rewarding watching you and your journey and like tackling those little things, bigger things, and now where you are and working with you as well. It's been a pleasure being the client, and yeah, I'm excited to see where your business goes.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to see where your business goes as well.
Yes,
Thank you,
from
and thank you again massively for everything you've done for me. It's been, yeah, couldn't say thank you enough.
thank you. Thanks, Bjorgvin.